This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
During the boom years of the 1920s, as automakers and road builders restructured the nation's ecosystems around ever-growing numbers of automobiles, motorists began using their cars in ways that altered how motorists understood and interacted with the natural world. In particular, newfound mobility fostered a recurring quest for closer contact with nature. On this quest, motorists received remarkable aid and support. Automakers, for example, modified cars in ways that increased the sense of mastery over nature, and in the process made recreational driving more comfortable and pleasant. The road-building industry extended a network of smooth roads into almost every corner of the country. The National Park Service and state park departments created extensive, car-oriented facilities that welcomed motorists, fostered a sense of remoteness, and put spectacular scenery on full display. And the Parkway movement inspired a profusion of picturesque highways that delivered motorists into the pastoral delights of the countryside. Together, these trends set the stage for growing numbers of motorists to forge powerful emotional bonds with a carefully constructed nature as a green, beautiful place of therapeutic retreat from modern life. By putting such places within easy reach of motorists, these various car-friendly natures helped to create the illusion that cars and roads were agents of delivery from environmental problems, including those problems for which the rise of car country itself was responsible. Having overcome the major obstacles to mechanical reliability that had dominated the pioneering era, automakers responded to the interwar road construction boom with design changes that capitalized on the rapid spread of smooth roads. Growing numbers of automakers introduced changes that had been impractical in the era of poor roads, such as lowering vehicle suspensions and introducing more sensitive steering systems. In addition, smooth roads opened the possibility of driving at higher speeds, and automakers consequently incorporated bigger engines and better brakes into their designs. Perhaps the most important design shift of the 1920s, however, was the dramatic swing toward closed-body designs as the proliferation of smooth roads helped eliminate the once justified fear that enclosed cars would rattle apart during normal use on rough roads. The paradigm shift toward enclosed cars, which had completed itself by the end of the 1920s, had at least two significant implications. First, closed cars banished dust, sun, rain, wind, and cold much more effectively than aftermarket accessories ever had, and as a result, motorists could suddenly take for granted the ability to drive comfortably even in the foulest of weather. Second, since the cabins of closed cars did not have to withstand constant exposure to the elements, automakers began to equip them with an unprecedented degree of stylish, comfort-oriented amenities. These changes, especially when coupled with smooth roads, transformed the ways that motorists interacted with the natural world. In stark contrast to the direct exposure to the elements that characterized early motor travel, in which mud and ruts, wind and rain, and heat and cold had dominated the motoring experience, the enclosed cars of the late 1920s and 1930s insulated drivers from weather extremes and isolated them from the elements. With car interiors becoming luxurious worlds unto themselves, the era's stylish, powerful cars fostered the illusion that drivers finally confronted a nature that was under their mechanical control. These changes had subtle but profound effects.